Back in 1935, the physicist Erwin Schrödinger was trying to make a point about how weird the phenomenon of quantum superposition of states is. So he proposed a thought experiment in which we imagine a cat to be both dead and alive at the same time. Can medical claims also be in a superposition of two states? Obviously, this sounds very silly, but almost 90 years after Schrödinger, in the world of healthcare and life sciences research, medical claims are incredibly important, and medical claims come in two varieties. There's institutional claims and there's professional claims. So, institutional claims are used to bill medical services provided in a facility setting. These claims are billed on Form CMS 1450 or 837I. Professional claims are used to bill medical services provided by healthcare professionals. These claims are billed on Form CMS 1500 or 837P. These are two different types of claims billed in two different forms with different data elements. Institutional claims have specific data elements that are specific only to institutional claims. These are things like bill type DRG, admit type, admit source, etc. These are data elements that are only present on Form CMS 1450 or 837I. Professional claims should not have any of these institutional specific data elements, and they should have a place of service code. Place of service code is a professional claim specific data element that is only in Form CMS 1500 or 837P. What happens in practice is that healthcare data teams often get access to claims data for analysis or research purposes, and the data does not have labels that classify each claim as institutional or professional. And furthermore, each individual claim can often have populated data elements from both institutional and professional claims. So we don't know if each specific claim is institutional or professional. Unfortunately, this happens often, and it's problematic because institutional and professional claims are used in different ways for downstream analytics. So to give an example, if you wanted to do an analysis of acute inpatient utilization, you would use institutional claims to define the acute inpatient stays and the dates in which they happened, and you would use professional claims to calculate the total cost of the acute inpatient visit because you sum the cost from both institutional and professional claims. So here's an example of a real claims data set I was looking at today. About 3% of the claims in the data have data elements for institutional claims only populated. About 88% of the claims in the data have data elements for professional claims only populated. But 9% of the claims in the data set have data elements for both institutional and professional claims populated. So that's a significant percent of claims that cannot be clearly classified as institutional or professional. In practice, what is often happening is that many claims have both a bill type code and a place of service code. And I've talked to many analysts who've seen this problem across many different claims data sets. And what I've heard often is that commercial payers might include a place of service code on institutional claims based on other fields like bill type. I don't know why anybody would want to do this, but maybe they want to have a data element in common across different claim types. And so what do we do with these ambiguous claims? We label them as institutional, and here's why. Remember that these ambiguous claims have one or more of these institutional data elements plus a place of service code. But since it's common to impute place of service on institutional claims, we label these ambiguous claims as institutional. And so if we do that with this example of a real claims data set I just showed, we would have 12% of the total claims being institutional and 88% of the total claims being professional. And this sounds reasonable. In my experience, across all claims data sets I've seen, I typically see around 80% of all claims are professional claims and about 20% of all claims are institutional claims. So these sounds like reasonable numbers that are in the ballpark. So that's how we would treat these ambiguous cases.